Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Australian Esports High School League for Term 3. I'm Mendrix, and joining me is my long-lost friend, Formal. How are you going?
Yeah, I mean, look, we're doing okay. It was a late D&D session last night, so maybe a little throat's a little sore, a little black under the eyes, but nothing like some weekend Rocket League to wake you up and get you going.
Did you guys get through the mini-boss, or did you guys all fail horribly?
We barely
Yeah, it's...
barely got through. Look, it was one of those situations where it's been like a 3-4 year long campaign, multiple story arcs, multiple layers, and the toughest fight we just had was getting jumped by some random vagrants in a cave that had nothing to do with anything. It was kind of great.
Well, you know what? You obviously need to be prepared, and the only way we can be prepared is if we've got sponsors. And of course, our sponsors are very important to us here at High School League or Australian Esports League.
Yeah, that they are. A big shout out and thank you to AGON by AOC, the #1 gaming monitor brand in the world. AGON by AOC provides best-in-class monitor solutions for gaming and all other needs. Also, thank you to our noodle partner, Indomie. Made with high-quality flour and selected ingredients and spices, a plate of Indomie McGoring will certainly brighten up your day. Try any one of the flavors available today from your local grocer or at indomie.com.au. So, Mendrix, this is we're kind of in the middle of everything. Rounds 3 and 4 being played today. We had our Swiss. We had our first foray into the competition. And today's going to be an interesting one. 2 Div 2 games, 1 Div 1 game. But we're kind of going to be seeing, I feel, a lot of the teams in the middle of the pack in Div 2 really going at it.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I reckon it's going to be an interesting one here. I know first up to the agenda is going to be Caramber and Trinity, and I believe Trinity do have some very strong teams coming up to the mix of it. They do have the capability to do some pretty amazing stuff. But that being said, that's going to be pretty intense as we are jumping into the action.
Yeah, the word has been given for the players to jump in, so we're going to go into this one. Trinity, of course, 2-0 coming into today against Karen Bot, who is coming in actually with a 1-1.
Yeah, they do have some pretty incredible stuff in terms of what they can bring to the table. So it should be interesting to see what they are able to do here. I'm really looking at Carambar, of course, to play some quick, smart games here. You don't want to be too fancy because the side of Trinity will be able to punish you. They're pretty mechanically prowess in terms of what they can do in looking at Division 2 in terms of what they bring to the table. So it's going to be up to Carambar to play some quick games, use that numbers advantage to just use probably deep long balls to force Trinity out of position, really. Yeah, that's the best part about having this series of it being a best of 5. King of the Hogs there, able to find an opportunity to push that on through in terms of finding a little bit of a hole there in the gaps that they've been poking across there. And it was off the back of a challenge that was just a little bit too aggressive, went in too quick, wasn't able to actually get a nice touch on the ball, and it left it free and an open net. Yeah. Yeah, they're just playing on through. I think it's also interesting to look at what is actually being done here by Trinity. They're definitely taking advantage of, just your typical standard procedure defenses. One player on far post, one player on close post when they know that they've sort of in a position where they can't attack this. You can see looking for a flip reset, a bit of a fake, manages to push it into the goal, but it will be defended there. All three players on the side of Karamba scrambling to that defense and managing to keep that ball out of the net. Yeah, not a bit unfortunate in terms of what happens there. You can see that pinch comes across. They're unable to get the little touch they needed to push the ball away from the net, and Tim did a fantastic job in order to actually lock that one away and make sure that it was going to go into the net. Yeah, nice little hit on the side there, managing to bring that one across. And things are starting to fall apart at the seams here now for Trinity. I feel they've maybe let a little bit too much in, probably looking towards that next game here. Karamba definitely finding a bit of a flow here. And again, that idea of sometimes, even if you are a pretty good team in your own right, you do need that third man. It does help quite a fair bit. It lets you be a little bit more aggressive, control that center of the field, and it just makes it so much harder for the opposing team to get some balls in the net. A little bump there. I think if they happen and there's no own goal, you're happy, right? It's when the own goal comes through and you're like, oh, here we go. It's fortunately a bit of a thing there, but it always happens. Not going to be the case here. Not the best control bringing that one back down, so will be handled easily by Trinity. Tim now going over the top of the crossbar, pushes it forward and on out towards safety. And yeah, now Karamba just slowing it down, and they can. They've got plenty of time to work with it. Just, they don't need to rush things. They've got that 3-goal lead. They don't need to force the letter. Yeah, King of the Hods tried to get back in time for a bit of a squishy save, but fortunately wasn't able to get there or get within striking distance of the ball. And 3-1 is going to be the new scoreline. TikTok Dina slows it down, just passes it on through to Icy, but will be quickly picked up by Karamba. Tim contesting mid-air as well, tries to keep the ball here on the side of Trinity. Opportunity for King, but it's going to go up high. Yeah, definitely good stuff as well. I mean, you can see a nice little flick as well just to finish that ball off. Not actually taking some time to position the ball instead of just going for an easy strike. So this Karamba side definitely do have some players that understand the core mechanics of the game, what they should be doing next. And I wouldn't be surprised if Karamba was to put a little bit more hours in if they would be a Division 1 team next term or next year.
Still need to win this series. I mean, Div 1 could possibly happen with training, practice, and working with it. Do not get me wrong. And I need to see what sort of the bar is at the moment for Div 1, but strong start nonetheless for the Carrying Boss side.
Yeah, absolutely. I think maybe it is a bit of a strong claim from what I'm saying as well, because when you can take into account it is a 2v3, right? That's the other thing as well. You can be a little bit more aggressive. You can have a little bit more fun. You can let things go off when you do have that extra player at your helm.
All right, we'll see how it plays out. Getting ready to go straight into game.
Yeah, nice little hit there on the side there. Makes that one work as well. Dina, I felt, was a little bit hesitant to jump on that ball, and that's what opened up the opportunity for a Nit to get in there. If it was just a little bit more speed coming across there would have made the difference. Yeah, you know, you've got me there, Formal. I feel like look, I'm just saying a Nit because I'm not sure, but it must be. I think it must be a Nit stuck. Well, I mean, how do you bring it together? A Nistuk? Maybe we can ask the player. I'm just like, hey, you know, so like, what's the deal with your name? How is it pronounced? What's the deal? And you know what? Very simple goal, very simple name. I like what Tim's put together there to finalize and finish that one away. Now, obviously, going to be a bit more of a lead forming here for Caringbard. Trinity need to get some control back if they can find it. And I mean, they do have the players with the capabilities. You can see, you know, Dina knows how to do the aerials. We've seen Twitcher Icing with some decent control there. They've got that tornado spin coming across there in order to have the correct touches in the air. Just a matter of piecing that together a bit more consistently, and that should allow them to chain together a goal. But Caringbard just being relentless here. Tim comes through again. Nice riffless shot here. Not the best hit. And Tim, very quick recovery to come back onto the wall. Manages to get that nice little touch with the tires. Ends up pushing it towards the top. Oh. Yeah, it's going to be in the center there. Both players are missing out on the boost there. It eventually is going to be picked up, but as you can see here, nice control. Nice little quick jump there. Actually, not the way that you wanted to go. I think that was a wrong ball. I was going to say, that looked very nice until I realized it was the wrong goal. Tim probably not wanting that to have that happen. Nice little control there. We'll use the ceiling to get a bit of a reset on the flip, but it's not going to get the touch that they need to push it in. A very dangerous position, though, for Trinity, but ultimately, it's not going to end up in a goal just yet. Yeah. You know, internet's a fickle thing, Formal. Ends up causing some problems here. Hopefully we can get Dina back. Well, we're checking. I think ultimately the result here is not going to change. That's the key thing that we need to look at. Caringbard definitely have the edge here, not just in players, but obviously in performance just right now. I guess you could say the two are correlated. And you can see now it's literally just going to be Icy holding the fort here, trying to keep the ball from going in at any any possible chance. It's going to be a tough one, but do you know what? Valiant effort so far. Icy's doing a good job of just keeping the ball away. As you can see, just popping it on through, quickly looking for recovery. Actually looking a bit aggressive here, wants to push out, but with no boost, may end up spelling a bit of doom there. But Tim, you're going the wrong way again. Definitely, you have a way with words, Formal. You have a way with words.
Yeah, I'm just curious how Icy wants to play this.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be... It's definitely going to be a bit of a tough ask for Icy to come back in and play the 3v1. But, I mean, ultimately, sometimes you have to sail the flag, right?
Yeah. That you do.
Well, we'll wait and see.
I'm just kind of... I'm just, again, we're kind of waiting for any sort of statement or confirmation from the Trinity side on what the go is.
Yeah.
I think we're getting some type of...
Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, there we are. We're all good. We're all good.
Okay.
See, no concerns there, Formal. All right. We have Dina is back. Unfortunately, he just had to lay a bit low in terms of that there. Again, the internet is a fickle thing. A fickle thing, Formal.
Yeah. So I think we are going to be going into a 2v3 once again for the Trinity side, and we'll see if they're going to be able to piece it together. So here we go. Players have now been informed that, the pause function is available to them. So I think next time that would probably...
Yeah, sometimes, again, I think I've said it once, I'll say it again. The internet is a fickle thing, Formal. Dina gets one on the board for Trinity here. I'd love to see how this one played out as well. Of course, yeah. I mean, would you even call that a 50? I feel like that was just a capitalize on a good... That was a good jump on. Yeah. It was just basically... There wasn't a real momentum coming across from the King of Hogs there to sort of push the ball for it to be a 50. You could tell Dina knew exactly what they wanted to do, and they made it happen. I'd call that a fake. That was definitely a fake. Yeah, well, Icy's been holding the line. We'll take that one nice and easy. Nice. And up high as well. Manages to tip it over the edge there, but it won't be anywhere near the goal. Now, maybe an opportunity for Trinity as they try to get around the ball here. Tim, though, will bring it towards the wall. Good control will bring it down here, but will be picked up and challenged by Trinity. Dina now tries to push that one away, but it will go back to the safety of the corner. Yeah, Trinity now really starting to find a bit of a rhythm, I feel, a bit of a flow. 2-0 here against Karamba, looking pretty strong in that sense. And maybe this might be the turnaround here. I remember last time seeing them have a very strong performance. They really were able to take the fact that they were a player down to the next level here. Dina now will push it forward, and Karamba has 3 players committed to this defense as they get on through. Icy is looking in position, but won't go for it. A neat. We'll just like a neat's fine. A neat. Ooh. You can tell you can even feel it in my oof. You're like, could you tell that my oof was like, oh, that's not good. Like, that is a tough save. That is a tough save. That's a tough save, Formal. It's a tough save. Well, you know, something. The internet is a fickle thing, Formal. Yeah, it's definitely not looking strong here for Karamba this time around. And with that scoreline already being 4-0, Karamba in a bit of dire straits here. They still got a bit of time on the clock, 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Still half the game to sort of mount a comeback if possible and look to take the series. But with the current form in place here from Trinity, I don't see Karamba taking this game. And I think when you said it was going to be probably a four-game series, 5-game series, that might actually come true now, just looking at the current performance here. Look at that. Oh, bit rough there. Honestly, that should have been a goal. I feel like that should have been a goal. Yeah, Trinity getting away with Murner there, to be perfectly honest. That looked like it was going to be a clear goal for the Karamba side, but unable to convert. And as you can see here, once again, we do have the Trinity team slowing down on that aggression. They have reverted back to the far post and close post defense strategy here, just to maintain their lead. And to be honest, at this point, I'm pretty okay with them just sort of parking the bus. They've got 1 minute and 10 seconds left on the clock. They've got a 4-goal lead. They can afford to let two or even, you know, 1 or 2 in. So I don't see any need to really push the ladder in this scenario. Ooh. Yeah, it's not going to eventuate in anything. Anita, nice little hit up top there. I see perhaps not with the best take there. I think they thought they were going to catch that one and didn't really quite have the position. Ball just glides nicely straight into the goal here. Karamba able to get 1 here, but with 19 seconds on the clock, I don't feel any real apprehension for Trinity. Good stuff coming across from Trinity to bring it back and make it a series. It's definitely going to be a bit of a tough comeback, like you said, a very tall order to answer. But I have seen Dina and Twitch do some pretty crazy things here in last week, so I wouldn't be surprised if this duo does have the capability to mount that comeback.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what they're going to be able to bring. Again, no shots recorded from Tim, who was like the shot leader in the past 2 games. They just were not playing that same confident self that we saw in the first 2 games that time around. So we'll see if they turn it around. I think that's going to be a requirement for Karamba if they're going to get back into this one. We'll see how they perform, though.
Oh. Yeah, Tim's there. Tim might be returning back to that form that we saw in the previous 2 games there. Will slow the game down. Tries to go for a flick. This looks pretty good, but Dina will be in position to defend. Ball now going up high in the center field here. Both teams resetting back up. You can see Trinity's trying to slow it down, and Neat doesn't want them to give that, or doesn't want to give them that opportunity. The ball will rebound nicely into position, but the demo will shut down any chance there of there being any form of goals coming across on the counterplay. Nice little hit there. Really good stuff there with the control. Managed to get the ball in the perfect position there. Hits that tip of the, would you say the tip of the bonnet facing down? A bit of a, definitely a tough angle to hit, but Dina made it look easy at that point. Yeah, you can see here a little bit of a kerfuffle happened there. I mean, they had the right idea in terms of defense, that one player holding the goal there when you're that far forward against the opponent's that far forward. You sort of want to have that person there. But I was a bit concerned of the positioning there towards the center of the goal. It doesn't really give you the best angle there. You should really be moving around, trying to get yourself into a better position so that you do have a wider angle to cover when the ball, or when the shot does go through. But for the time being here, Trinity now up 2-0, and we might be seeing a repeat of Game 3. Adina was in a really good spot. Okay, we are back. Looking pretty good in that sort of sense, as we can see. Just getting a goal coming through at that last second as well. Trinity managing to jump on through and get another goal towards the end there. And yeah, sorry about that with the technical difficulties and a bit of the stream drop. But you know what? We managed to pause the game, maintain as much of the action as possible. We'll see how this one all plays out here. Like you said there, it's going to be very fun indeed if we do go the full mile here. And like you said, minute and a half left, 2 goals apiece here. And this could mean the securing of victory for Caringbah or Trinity continuing to stay alive in this round. Oh, great control from Tim there. Knew exactly what they needed to do. The nice little flick over the edge there, and then in position to put that one away. That's the stuff that you want to see here, and Caringbah might have just clinched it. Oh. we go. A neat there. Manages to push that across goal. A bit dangerous, but enough force behind it that I don't think any of the members of Trinity would have been positioned. Now a real opportunity. Tim going up high. Nice little touch there. Nice and simple. We'll be able to put that one away. And Tim looking to be back in that form that we saw from games 1 and 2. Yeah, and the shot there wasn't going to be enough there. And I think, like you said, that sometimes you get a bit desperate there when you know you're behind and you sort of just want to get some quicker goals to keep the opportunity alive. That's going to be a shot opportunity, but will be defended nice and handily here. King of Hogs there tries to push it in towards the center, but it will go just wide of the goal. Yeah, good stuff there, bringing that back there. It's a bit tough to, I guess you could say, bounce back when you do lose momentum in the series, and that's exactly what Karambau were able to do directly after Trinity managed to bring themselves at least a little bit of a point there on the leaderboard. But Karambau managed to put this one away.
That they did. And, well, that's only the first of 3 series we have today. We got more Div 2 coming up right around the corner.
That's right. Please do not go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Australian Esports High School League, Term 3 for Rocket League. We're now back here, and we do have a Division 1 game ready to shoot off into the ether. It's going to be Muswellbrook High School up against Helena. Things are looking very exciting. Both these teams pretty even here in the ranking board, so I'm really excited for a very competitive match.
Yeah, if I'm keen for this one. I love Div 1, and I know this Helensbrook team, or sorry, this Helena team. I don't know who Helena is. This Helena team is a team we've seen do well in the past, and I'm excited to see if they can do well again now.
Absolutely, I agree with that as well. And I mean, I've seen Ventnor do some amazing stuff. Ham as well. Tinny up in the air. I'm expecting some pretty good aerial prowess from all of these players. And again, it's just really nice to see competitive teams go up against each other purely because when they do, they do tend to cancel each other out a little bit, and things look a bit different compared to when they have a bit more dominance in the air.
Yeah, we'll see how it does play out. Now, standings coming into this one, it's actually interesting. Muswellbrook, 1-3 record versus Helena, who is currently 2.
Oh. Yeah, Brody just able to sneak one in there, probably in between the quick little, warm-up, I guess you could say. I understand they've already played a game, but sometimes that little break in between, you do just let down your guard a little bit, and that weakness was what allowed them to get a nice quick early goal here for Muswellbrook. Oof. Yeah, they're definitely keeping the pressure on. They're keeping the ball here now. Within that orange side half, just making things a bit more difficult. Helena need to find a way to break free. That corner seems to be a bit of a stranglehold for them. Oh, Crazy not with the best shot there, but Brody will be in position to knock that one back. But this might be the breath of fresh air Helena needed. Yeah, we'll go back towards the side here of Muswellbrook. Quasi now up in the air. Tries to control it down, but Ham will be there for the challenge. Would you say teeny or tiny? I think it's tinny. Tinny. Tiny spelled with a Y. That's all good. We'll figure it out. You know what? Same way with Annette, we'll ask the player how it's pronounced. Speaking of which, I'm saying tinny. The OG manages to find a spot here. We'll be able to push that lead a little bit further here for Muswellbrook. Not the best touch by Ventnor. Unable to recover without any boost, and Tinny just powers that one right in. Yeah, probably unable to get themselves just behind the ball. That nice little shot will come on through, but it will be handled nicely there by the Helena side. Able to keep that one away. Ham tries to bring it a little bit towards that side here now. A bit of control. Tries to push it towards the center here. Looks for a little push towards Tinny. The pass goes through, but isn't going to eventuate in anything. Quasi tries to get a hit in. We're all good. I just needed to have a quick look on the side here, and Tinny manages to bring it over the edge here, pushes it right on through. Just want to double check what happened. Yeah, that was a bit of an own goal. I had to label it as one. Communication just not in play there at that exact moment. It does mean that they do end up pinching it themselves between the two of them. I guess, you know, you call that a 100%, not a 50-50. When it's two players of the same team. True. True. Is this glass half full or half empty? You know, it's just one of those sort of feelings. That was probably one of your best ones I've heard in a long time for. But like you said, the action continues. Ventnor will push that one out of the danger zone. Balls goes up high. Who will be the first to reach it? It's going to be Ham. But Brody does position themselves appropriately with the challenge and brings that one back down to the ground.
It will be resorted quite shortly.
You get to see our beautiful faces once again.
Yeah.
Hi.
That you do. Guys? That you do.
What is happening?
Just some extreme ping issues apparently has been the claim right now. Hopefully shouldn't take too long to fix up. Then we'll get back into it when players say they are ready. But yeah, internet issues, as we've been saying all day.
Internet's a fickle thing, Formal. It's a fickle thing.
Fickle thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's one thing. There's a few things that are certain in life, right? You know, death, taxes, and your internet at some point will have a dropout. That's just how it goes.
All right. Well, we will see. As How long are we allowed to allocate a pause for? I don't think
a great question. I think this is something that should probably be posed to our referee.
Yeah.
I'll have to throw that one out.
I'll get on it because I am not the. I might have the ability to push pause, but I don't know the time. I mean, look, we're getting some crazy accusations. That's all I'm saying right now. So
I like how we both paused at that. Oh, I don't think it's that.
No, All right, so we've got another 3 minutes. We got some time to chill. It's just a high school afternoon, you know.
Exactly.
Sometimes it'd be like that. It's
that's a funny one. Who knows? But, you know, we could be thinking, we could be saying, hey, this highly unlikely accusation that was thrown out there could actually be true. We never know, right?
Yep.
Technology is advancing these days. Everyone's got access to a number of things. AI is a crazy thing, Formal.
It really is. Well, here we go. We're going back into the...
Yeah, I think that's what's good about it being a best of 5 as well. It's not necessarily the lucky team is the one that comes out on top. The more consistent team will be the one to make it in. As I say that, Quasi, keeping things consistent as well, manages to get themselves a nice little shot here. Really quick boost, quick jump there as well. That was actually limited boost there, so that's a lovely jump in the air to really push that car forward to find the touch in time and put that goal away. Oh. Yep, they understand what they need to do to put the ball away, right? They're not playing around with it, not playing with their food, I guess you could say, at this moment in time. They want to make sure that they do get the goals in the most efficient way possible. And just looking at that right there, looking for the nice demos, the nice bumps, when there's looking like it might be an opportunity to get the ball in. Nice little jump there through from Ventnor. Obviously gets the flip reset, but doesn't net themselves a goal in response. Ventnor now back in the air. We'll push that down towards the center. Quasi's in position to take that one. Also brings it up high. That was great. Did you see how Tinny drove off screen to go look for a bump to make sure there's no chance of defense? That's like really good communication. Like you said, like the MHH is doing a fantastic job here, just on point, no real lapses here. Helena's gonna have a very tough one, I reckon, if they're gonna look to bounce back.
Done and dusted. Well done to the blue side, and yeah, we'll see if they can bring it back. I feel like you kind of just write off that game and get ready to go game number 2 and hope that things can work out. But
like, I mean, look, how often? I know you like to commentate ones, Formal, but how often do you play ones?
Not often at all. I love ones so much. No.
I get no. You know what? I think there was a bit of truth behind when you said that. I know you said it a bit unironically, but I mean, just sometimes I'm like, you know, when I'm playing ones recently, there are games where, you know, you verse someone that you've beaten before, and next thing you know, you just go on through and completely get demolished by the same person, and it's a 7-0 goal lead, and the past few games have been really competitive. Sometimes you just have like those moments where the ball just doesn't seem to go your way, and you just need to move on to the next game.
Yeah, that you do. Now there's going to be a little bit of delay before we get into the next one, just because of a quick remake in terms of the lobby. So hopefully we will be good to go moving forward from there. As the lobby is...
Get everything set up, get everything ready to roll. Hopefully this fixes most of the problems here for the teams, if there's any lingering internet issues. Again, Formal, internet is a fickle thing. Internet is a fickle thing.
It's a fickle thing. That's been the theme of the day today, the internet being a fickle thing.
Yeah.
That is for certain. Hopefully we will get this one back up and alive and online, and with both teams able to be competitive and at it. So just kind of waiting for players to get in. All right, we're seeing MHS.
It's happening.
They're fast on the ball.
That's good. They're obviously, I mean, look, you know, they were very efficient in the last game. They're very efficient getting back into the lobby. So keeping things consistent, and there we go. I think we've managed to bring Helena back into the fray.
Yep. All right, well, the word is being given to the teams, but
I think they're ready.
Hopefully it works. Yeah. No, word's been given. We're jumping right back in. Let's see how we go.
Mm-hmm. Well, nice little strike there. We'll be on target. Brody will handle that easily. Ball deflected towards the top side. It's going to be sitting in the corner here now. So let's see what both teams used to make of it. And Helena slowing things down there. Tinny wants to clog up any opportunity for them to look for a setup. And yeah, it seems to be still MHS relatively in control here, keeping the pressure on Helena. Hey. Yeah. And also Ventnor were a really nice setup prior as well. Manages to get the flick over to beat that initial player, which created the chaos, which allowed them to get that goal in the first place. So Helena on the board here now. So yeah, they were under pressure, but ultimately they're the ones to draw first blood here in this game too. Well, continuing to move forward with that one there. Quasi will push it towards the center here. Brody now using the ceiling there to get some control, but the challenge is going to be good and knocked out of their hands. Now Ham tries to bring it towards the corner here, but Brody will be ready and waiting. As I said, Ham, good challenge once again. Maybe an opportunity here for Helena. The internet is a fickle thing, Formal. It definitely does play a very important role here, especially in the online world event. Now, good control. Will, able to get a flip reset, bring it over the edge here, creates an opportunity. Ham touches it back forward here. The touch is looking good. It manages to get over and leveling down. That seems to be leveling up at this moment in time. I really love that little touchback from Ham as well. It does throw a little bit of chaos there in the minds of MHS. They obviously were in position if it was a direct strike, but because it was a nice little pass play, means Helena are going to be a little bit further up here. Brody, good control, but not the best touch over the edge there. But as I say that, manages to beat one of the plays, and looks like it was a very lethal position. Vetna now will slow it down. We'll keep it up in the air there. Is trying to push it across field. Gets that flip reset as well. But ultimately, the ball will be pushed forward here. And you can see that Helena are being a little bit more fancy now. I feel like they've got more confidence in terms of the play. Brody did a really good job there, but just unable to find the finish. Yep.
Keep this running, Teeny again. Just a good lob shot.
Alrighty, we're back. Sorry for the tech issue there, in terms of not being able to get Max on through, but I believe you're back. Max, can you say something? I think you're back now.
Yeah, no, I'm good. We're here, and we're going right back into this game. 1-goal game. How long was I not being recorded for?
I think you should have been there for. I'm not sure when that one popped on through, but hopefully not too long. But look, Max, yeah, I'm happy to have you back.
Yeah, I'm very happy to be back. I feel like this is where I belong. But yeah, so it's been a crazy game so far. 1-goal game. It's still looking like Helena will be able to equalize the series, but Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how long I was gone for. It's just been a fun. I've been too distracted by the Rocket League.
Yeah, it happens, mate. Unfortunately, these are the things. Look, internet is a fickle thing, Max. The internet is a fickle thing. I was moving back to it as well, though. Vietnam up in the air there. Let's get ourselves back into it. Helena, once again, of course, looking pretty strong here once again now that they've managed to fix things up. Let's see how it all plays out now. I feel like they're parking the bus, though, now. They realize, hey, we've only got 10 seconds left here. Let's just park the bus, keep things under control here, and obviously even up the series.
Yeah, we'll see what they can find. Final 3 seconds. Here we go. Shot down, not quite in. It's going the wrong way for the crazy comeback. So the series is going to be tied 1-1 as soon as the ball hits the ground, which it will do. Helena gets this one, and we are 2 games in. Tied series. Div 1 delivering so far.
Yeah, good stuff. They're coming all on through there. Love that they managed to bring it back. And I really do like a good series here, Max. I love a fantastic series. I believe that one there is something that's going to be really good for us there. Okay, we seem to be back, everyone, looking pretty good in that sort of sense there. Think we seem to have everything up and rolling and ready, so we should be able to jump into it. I believe it is 1-1 apiece here between the 2 teams there, as we do jump back on into it.
Yeah, that...
Oh, that was quick.
I feel kind of bad. I thought there was going to be a countdown, but it just fired when we unpaused to get the game going. That was... it just went bang. Normally it does the 3-second countdown. Well, we're in it. Oh. Here we go.
Here we are.
1-0 lead for the side in blue.
All right, well, continuing to go forward here. Internet definitely is a fickle thing here as we try to get this one right. Ventnor up high in the air. They will do a good job to shut down the initial play there from Brody, who was trying to make it work. Tinny, nice little strike there, but the defense is remaining strong here for Helena now. And Ventnor now pushing forward to the side, tries to get some extra control. Brody does push it in. Nice little demo will allow Tinny to finish it.
And that's going to be a 2-0 lead now for MHS again. It was Helena who won the last game, so to see the demos, to see the setups and the shots, this is a lot more of the MHS that we saw in game number 1. So we'll see what happens as we continue along with this one. Still a 2-0 lead.
Ventnor now pushes it up in the air. See what we're going to get from that one. Quasi now takes the ball. We'll use it off the wall, pushing it forward and through here. I think a catch is going to be in place there. Tinny manages to knock that one towards the side. Now looking at Ham here for a nice little control. This might be an opportunity for Helena, but Tinny manages to get back, push towards the center there. Leveling down, sees an opportunity. Quasi gets back in time.
That it does, as we are going to see the ball go back a bit more towards the midfield. Tinny tries to get one across that center. Brody, though, wins out on the 50 and puts it through. It's now a 3-0 game.
Love to see how this one comes on through. Yeah, that was the 50 just working out in the favor of Brody, and very quick recovery, seeing when the ball bounced down. Does find that touch.
It doesn't find it, isn't able to keep it, as we see more pressure being set up through the corner towards the net as well. No shot being found just yet, as the ball goes right back in front of the net, and now it's 4-0 favoring the MHS side.
Yeah, having a quick look to see how they do that as well. That's okay. That's an unfortunate one there. You can see yeah, leveling, tried to control the ball, ended up going backwards. Then the bump on through as well. Wasn't expecting perhaps to stop with the ball there, and unfortunate scenario there for Helena. MHS continue to push their lead that little bit further forward.
That they do. Vintner, though, with a chance to get on the board, a strike from midfield, and they do get one across, so it's a 4-1 game.
Yeah, I don't think MHS were expecting that. That's a very nice touch there. Brody unable to recover in time there. Quasi just didn't jump quick enough, and nice little strike there, quick play. And that's probably what I feel most of Division 1 really do need to focus on perfecting right now. Is these really quick redirect plays that sort of catch your opponent off guard. If you're able to really jump that on through, you'll be in a position that you'll probably be able to really take control of these games. Because as much as I like to see the flip resets, I like to see the aerial plays, the prowess, everyone doing their trick shots. I still think there is a level of speed and accuracy that could definitely push themselves to be that little bit quicker and faster, and that would net them a few more goals here as Brody's able to find one put away there. And this is the efficiency we were seeing from MHS in the first game.
Yeah, that it is. So it's 5-1 as Brody puts that one in and just running away with this game at the moment. Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in, especially with like how start and stop this series has been, and just being able to stay focused, staying able to stay playing forward. It does feel like MHS right now, they were a little bit faster on the ball in this third game, and yeah, playing catch up is always difficult when everything is so start and stop, and you have to keep head down, keep playing forward. I empathize a bit for the orange side, but at the same token, credit to MHS and what they've been able to do as they nearly get another goal. Great save by Vintner.
Yeah, nice little hit there as well. Ventnor now in control, manages to try and get through, wants to beat Tinny, but Tinny does read it. Does redirect that one towards the side here in the end there as well.
Here we go. Up the side wall, Ham. Woo, overshoots it, but everyone's kind of whiffing it all around. Under 2 minutes, 4 goals required. Unless something crazy happens, which it's actually more shots coming from the orange side. More shots coming from the blue side, I should say. Yeah, this game is going to go, I believe, to MHS.
Yeah, I think they are set up well, were able to push sort of through. They've refound their form here in Game 3. That being said, there, I think we had this sort of discussion as well. That idea of being able to reset yourself effectively after a loss and a win. Sometimes you do have games where you're either being you're demolishing the opponent, or on the flip side, it's just very even. And if you're able to sort of like recognize, hey, things just didn't go our way this time around, and bounce back with that resilience, you should find yourself in a pretty good spot to start winning more of the games in the long run. That's why we do have a best of 5 series to sort of eke out that, and obviously give the wins here to our more consistent teams and players.
Yeah, it's now moved to a 7-1 scoreline at the moment, though, for MHS, and yeah, it's a tricky spot to be in, realistically, for the team in orange right now. I do always feel that getting like a scoreline like this is a lot easier to bounce back of, especially if you know you can win games. As we see balls coming off the backboard. Another shot's going to go in, 8-1, and well, it looks like that Helena just forfeit the game.
Yeah, I think that they might have jumped on out of there as well. They seem to be saying that it's I'm just gonna bring it back to us here. I think
we just go back to us. We just bring it back. Bring it back.
Some issues there with the ping is getting to be a bit too much for them.
Yeah, it was getting to be a bit too much. So that's going to do it for our second game. Congrats to MHS.
Very good stuff there. I mean, you can see when I do look at Game 2 and what Helena were able to bring to the table there, I can understand the frustration when you just don't have the tools at your disposal to. You got the ability to use the tools, but the tools are just failing you, right?
Yeah, it's frustrating. It's frustrating, but we move on. We still have one more series here today.
We definitely do, and we'll make sure that we've got Formal there and able to hear you in full view. So should be all good there. I will be right back, guys, while we get this all fixed up to you and ready for you for the next game here in Division 1. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Australian Esports High School League for Term 3 for Rocket League. We're here now. It has been a bit of a tumultuous day, but doesn't mean that we're still not going to have some fun and action here in Division 1. And we are going to have Faith Blue up against the Lakers here to close out the day today. This one's definitely going to be a bit of a tough one for Faith Blue. Lakers have been a very strong team so far throughout the tournament. So Faith Blue really do need to bring out all the stops here if they're going to have a bit of a competitive chance, I would say.
I would have to agree as well. I mean, Lakers, this is, funnily enough, this trio in particular, Angus, Cryptic, Error, Fluky, they have been together playing in high school leagues for like two and a half years now, this same trio. And they have, every tournament they're in, they're always a constant threat to win. In fact, they've won a couple, specifically here in Queensland in the past. So, yeah, a lot of hype around this Lakers team. On the other side, Faith Blue. This is the team that got semifinals last split, I believe, here in AEL, but haven't really had that same success since. They've been kind of not on as much of an upward trend, a couple of roster changes in the past, so we'll see how they perform. But look, I always love Queensland battles. I always seeing the Lakers play. I always they go back to the rivalries with like them, Ripley, Forest Lakes, all coming out there doing great. Battle Lockyer as well in recent times. So yeah, it really is going to be one of those exciting series where we get to see a high school squad with experience, with high skill levels, seeing what they can do. So I always love watching this Lakers team play as they get the first goal.
Yeah, see Fuki manages to get in there as well. Then going back and forth a number of things there. Fuki manages to find an opportunity to push that on through. You can see there was an attempt there by Error to try and get back in time, but it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, it wasn't going to be enough that time. A bit unfortunate there, but there'll be more opportunities, I am sure, in the near future. 4 minutes on the clock. Mega Knight going to be put under a bit of pressure, but here comes Angus, regardless. Wants to come up into the corner. Now, when you're looking at this Lakers side, Cryptic and Angus are the two to be watching out for. Double touches like that are the reason why. Great goal from Angus.
Yeah, that was just so nice there. The nice little touch there, the immediate dodge out from the wall there to get in position and obviously bring the ball down nicely. That's a very tough goal to save, a very tough goal to execute as well, and Angus made it look easy.
Yeah, just a good goal all around. Really well done, and we're going to keep that pressure going as Angus connects with Cryptic Arrow. They want to go opposite corner. Arrow there waiting, but we'll let that one ride. Fluky, next one up. Shot towards the net. Mega Knight not needed for the save. Picking the cheek, wants to play off their own backboard. Then they kind of lose control off the post. Angus wants to play setup, but isn't going to be able to stay on it.
We'll see how we go with the reset up here. Pig's trying to bring it back around. Mega Knight will push it out there. Bit of a dangerous position here as well for Faith Blue, but not going to concede one just yet. The pressure remaining on Angus brings it back down towards the center. Fuki sees the opportunity and manages to slide that one right in.
Yeah, good goal right there. 3-0 in the first 2 minutes. Just unfortunate. Arrow didn't really get the touch they wanted. They wanted to push him more into the corner. Didn't quite get there, and that's how they got a little bit punished, but that's okay. They'll get more opportunities in the future.
Oh, Cryptic now brings that one on through. As we can see, Pig doing a jig does a good job to control it back down towards the center. Manages to beat on through. Angus tries to get back in position. Will be able to push that one out of the danger zone. Now looking at Arrow. Tries to find an opportunity. Cryptic will get there and defend. And again, this team, the side of the Lakers here, just so on point every single time. There's been a number of scenarios here I've looked at and I'm going like, I would have messed that up. I would have 100% messed that.
Yeah. I'm not even going to compare my own skill to these kids out there, these high school students. This is definitely going to be higher levels. Cryptic doesn't quite get the 50 that they needed. Angus, though, still causing disruptions, gets the bumps, buys more time for the rest of the team to rotate back, but still it's going to be Angus leading the charge. Bumped from behind by Mega Knight, and I like that play from Mega Knight. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough, though, to keep possession on the orange side.
But that's what Faith need to do. They need to keep challenging in the air. They can't let well, as I said, as the goal goes green, they can't let the Lakers just do this style here. They seem to look most comfortable when they're in full control of the ball. They're keeping their possession. Angus again, that was a nice strike. Just knew exactly what angle they needed to put that one in, and that ends up pushing this lead that little bit further ahead here for the Lakers.
A 4-0 lead right now. It has just been very, very strong start for this team. And finally, it's Mega Knight getting on the board with a double touch off the kickoff.
Yeah, very nice stuff there as well. That was, thought through the entire time. Speed boost towards the air. Fuki tried to get in there to interrupt, just intercept, perhaps push the ball in a worse position, but wasn't able to achieve that. And Mega Knight does manage to get Faith onto the board.
Yeah, that they do. And, getting that on the board is definitely going to be helpful as they're still... I mean, there is time. If this ball happens to fall in, that'd be problematic. Ball water falls down. Angus goes for the boost steal instead of the play. So we're not going to see any goals scored in the near future. Pig and a Jig is the one who needs to make the play for the blue side. Unfortunately, they get beat out for Faith. Arrow will keep it in the corner, but can't do too much immediately after that. Minute and a half still to go.
Yeah, Mega Knight puts it up high, but will be challenged by Fuki. Ball going back down now. A bit of a power struggle for control here, but Fuki able to see that, able to slip on through. I think this is definitely a scenario where, Fuki understood where Angus wanted the ball to go, will guide it on through. To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if Angus managed to get the goal off that as well. Ball looked like it was going in anyway.
Yeah, it was good setup, good play, and it does work out a bit more for the orange side. This is a tough one for me to start to believe in this Lakers side. Start to believe in this Faith side. Lakers just as a squad.
You have to have faith in Faith Blue. Come on.
Maybe, but realistically, I have faith in the Lakers. If I were to pick a team to actually win this entire event, I'm kind of picking them. I think they're the favorites to win the tournament when it's all said and done. And this is a Div 1 match, and we're on the precipice of a Brazil right now, Mendrix. This is why this team is so good.
Yeah, I mean, you can even see that there with Angus as well. A nice little hit up towards the air there. Used perfect control there, spinning on through to get the touch needed and position that ball perfectly for another goal. The sixth goal here of this game. And you can really see why the Lakers just seem to be a little bit of a cut above the rest right now. Pink does a good job to stop the ball there and push it back here for an opportunity for Faith, but isn't going to end up with anything. Mega Knight up in the air, and I think as well when we look so far what's been happening in the game just in terms of the performance of all the players here, Mega Knight on the side of Faith Blue really has been doing as much as they can to sort of bring this to be a bit even. They do seem to be the standout right now in this game here for Faith Blue.
Yeah, that they do, and it's been good to see. I mean, Mega Knight getting there. It took them a while to get warmed up. We'll see how they go. Games 2 and 3, obviously some more time to come. Pig doing a jig, almost gets a goal.
Yeah,
but it's not going to be the case.
Another opportunity there. Fuki will stop it from going through. Cryptic now had a bit of an opportunity there, but will control it or chooses to control it to the side. Angus now puts it up high. Pig and also Mega Knight go to challenge the ball. Ball goes in the air there, but as the dying seconds come down, there won't be any more goals coming on through. Lakers taking that one very, very convincingly. Yeah, strong game. Very strong game for the Lakers. 6-1 Angus hat trick. Fluky hat trick. Shots as well. 11 shots to 5. Just dominant performance from a tournament favorite. Hats off to the trio, and pressure now on Faith Blue to see how they can come back. Yeah, we'll see what they do bring to the table here as well, as we do get the next game set up. We of course take a look at this and say, hey, first game, you just need to sort of feel out your opponent, understand what they do well, and come back with a counter strategy. So entirely possible that the strategy could be effective from Faith Blue. Just again, you get an idea of what your opponent's doing and decide to do something a little bit different there might allow them to get something back. As I say that, though, I thought that's a bit of a caster curse. As I say, hey, maybe they can change an own goal and do that a bit differently. That trail was blue. Is it? It is. Yeah. Tried to get back in time. Arrow just couldn't get there. It happens, right? It has to happen. The morale, right? It has to happen. I like how you immediately noticed that was blue. That was a blue trail. I saw it. Yeah. Yeah, no, So, morale is low. Morale is very low right now. I can say just, looking at maybe some of the comms on the Force Lake, not Force Lake, on the Faith side.
They got to find that faith. They really have to find that faith, Mendrix. They have to dig deep right now because this is about as rough a start as I have seen in any league. You can argue they've scored both the goals, but this is okay. 3 in the first 20 seconds.
It's it's starting to look a little bit dire here. I agree with you, Formal. It's a bit of a tough one. Fuki there makes it look easy as well. I mean, if even if someone was there, I reckon, to be honest, Angus could have probably redirected that if there was someone then available for the defense. You could see that they were in position in case they needed to do it, and they just chose not to tap the boost and let their teammate obviously get the goal instead. And those sort of decisions are the ones that are starting to be made there. It's yeah, you know that it's just a tough position to be in if you are Faith. Hey,
well, they got a goal. Haha, playing possum. That was the plan. Yeah. Mega Knight was just playing possum and luring them into a false sense of security as Arrow is going to go ahead and put the goal in. What is... This is
you gotta play those mind games, Formal. You have to play those mind games. Angus up high again, good control there with that redirect towards the center. Fuki swing and a miss, but of course I would have probably been on target if it wasn't for the redirect there from Faith. Yep. Maybe an opportunity here coming across. Angus will push it towards the side there. Cryptic now with some control, trying to get it on through. Fuki, good shot, but will be defended here. What a save.
Yeah, I like that setup and shot, though. That was pretty nicely done. They're just the little things right now that the Lakers are doing that are good to see, is how I will put it. As Angus puts it off the backboard right now. Cryptic going across, looking for Fluky. Cross up is off the post, not in. Follow-up shot from Cryptic, not quite there as well. Still 3:30 to go. Angus will center it over back to Fluky, and that's going to be a 4-1 lead.
Yeah, as you can see there, it's just the Lakers showing us. To be honest, they're putting on a show. They are putting on a show. Fuki there, nice little touch there. Yeah, to be honest, I would call that a 3-man commit to the defense. They had a decent spread all around. I feel like it was like the 3 players committing to a form of defense and spreading themselves out as far as possible in the goal to sort of limit the chances of the ball just going in. And Fuki again. That is a very disgusting angle.
Yeah, like, the thing that's crazy about this game for me so far, it's like, there isn't a lot that I feel Faith is, like, doing poorly, right? This hasn't been a case of Faith misplaying. These are just been incredible setups and shots coming from the Lakers side. Like, they are just playing at that next tier up, which you want to see. And yeah, it's making life very difficult, unfortunately, for their opponents in this one. Again, the start probably didn't help. And I think from a morale standpoint, there's definitely some things that unfortunately haven't gone their way. But yeah, credit where it's due. Like, Lakers right now are just next level beasting some of these shots and saves as well.
Yeah, Angus just gets back there, no hesitation, knew where they needed to be. That's like they've done it 1,000 times. They probably have done it 1,000 times, let's be honest. Angus now manages to get the demo as well. Balker's going through. Fuki knocking it down as well. Arrow is there to defend, but Cryptic wants to stop any chance of a counterattack. Maybe, though, an opportunity here. This is a nice shot, but Angus knows where they need to be once again and will defend.
Yeah, good job on the defending. 5-1 lead. Ooh, more demos. Making things a little bit nerve-wracking. Still, we'll look to make a play around the backboard. Arrow stays on it. Demoed. Mega Knight, bump from behind, won't be able to get the shot.
Well, Cryptic shoots that one on through. Will be handled here nicely by Arrow, but back into that corner. Pig manages to beat the player over the top of it. Cryptic needs to double back. Is going to be able to get there and slow it down. Oh, that ball was a good angle of the shot as well, but that nice little jump back straight away from the backboard does mean that they're able to push it out. Angus now on the attack, but again, defense here from Faith Blue seems to sort of settled into a comfortable position. As I say that, I should just be quiet. I should just be quiet. I feel every time I'm about to go Faith looking to be in a better position here, and Angus just pulls one of those ones out.
But, like, I'm sorry. I don't care how good your position is. How are you stopping that double touch, Mendrix?
You're not. You're not.
Like, it doesn't. That's what I'm saying. Like, some of these shots, it doesn't matter. That angle was cooked. I just, yeah. If you're Faith, the only way you stop that is by, getting a bump on the setup. Like, before they hit the first ball in the double. But that was so tight. That angle was so gross. I don't know. That was my favorite goal of the day so far. That double touch was sick. That was sick.
Oh, my. But Mega Knight now had control temporarily, but balls back into the center here. Cryptic will slow it down. It's going to look for a flick. Nope. Mega Knight says, no, we don't want you having any setup. I think that's the aim of the game now, right? Just, if they've got the ball, challenge them before they can do anything with it. And that's definitely easier said than done for...
It always is. It always is easier said than done. But hey, that's going to be another goal for Cryptic. So
Brazil
7-1 lead. Still half the minute to go. I feel as if we are seeing, the Lakers just reasserting themselves as the top team right now, possibly in this league.
I mean, scoreboard doesn't lie. They've got the most wins so far. They've got the most scores for. You look at their current run in the aggregate, and it's clearly just the numbers speak for themselves at this point. Mega Knight there will knock that one up there. Ball goes up through. Pig doing a jig does it. They do manage to bring something back here to 7 the goal line here. Mega Knight with nice little touch there up in the air. Angus was able to get back there. I think the confidence definitely starting to play a little bit of a role in that goal there for the Lakers, who are probably feeling very comfortable with that 5-goal lead.
Yeah, I think they would be as well. So they're going to be happy they got that one across. Here we go off the backboard. 10 seconds left. Chance for one last goal, maybe. Mega Knight tries to find some distance, but instead it's going to be Angus. Ooh, almost got the shot. Fluky, though, will be able to find it. Angus was there just in case it wasn't going to go in. And we'll finish this one with an 8-2 scoreline.
Yeah, nice little stuff there as well. Not the best touch from Aero. It will go into the corner and sort of be... Again, it's a tough angle, but for these plays here, that's actually, quite easy. It's like, the 5th shot and horse. You've probably done it a million times, and you know what you need to do in terms to make it work. Cryptic there will try to slow it down, but you don't slow things down. You keep it in the air when it's the dying seconds, but they just want to move straight on to game 3.
Yeah, and so moving on to game 3, we shall. Just another great performance so far from the Lakers for Faith Blue. Last chance to try and piece this one back. See how we go. So for everybody to ready up.
Getting themselves ready. I imagine Faith Blue probably just need to go back to the drawing board. I would like to just see them, be just aggressive, right? Just, be in the face here of the Lakers. Yep. If you manage to hit them before they have a chance to set up there, things seem simpler.
That they do. Here we go. 5 minutes on the clock. The breakout for Mega Knight. A little bit of a car swap. We'll see how it works for them. Pig doing a jig. Almost gets the double off the kickoff, but Mega Knight will. And on the board already, Faith gets one across.
Very nice stuff there. Mega Knight, very quick recovery. Grabs the boost. Obviously has the speed and is able to push that through. And uncharacteristic for the Lakers not to stop that one, but, we don't say anything's perfect, right, Formal? You can always improve. Yeah. Always be that little bit better.
And I need to make a correction. It was the Faith Falcons Gold who got to the semifinals.
Ah, there you go.
Not Blue. So the Blue team is the younger team.
Aha.
I think Gold is like if I remember correctly, Gold is the older students. Blue is the younger students.
Yes. Yep.
Who were in Div 2 in the past. So they've actually been promoted up to Div 1. And this is, on one hand, this series has been rough, but on the other, you can make the argument like, hey, this is how you improve. This is how you get better. Yeah. You're going to have series like this in getting where you want to go.
That's the point of the grassroots Rocket League, right? Grassroots esports is that eventually, you will be moving up a decision. You're no longer going to be the big fish in a small pond. You're moving towards, towards the ocean, and you got to keep swimming if you want to improve. That's just how it's going to go. And to be honest, they're holding their own here. I mean, this is supposed to be this is. So we can very confidently say that Lakers is probably the team.
They're the only undefeated team still in Div 1.
Yeah.
Like, but I'll say this too, though, like, especially for the Faith blue side, as Fluky is going to get one across to even us up. You have to remember too, like, their older classmates, like, this is one of their biggest rivals, realistically. So, like, they're getting a taste of kind of like, oh, this is what the senior students have been able to do. This is what they've been able to compete against. I can't help but feel that'd be a bit motivating. You know what I mean? Like, it's a little bit of like, oh, now we get to experience going up against this team as well. I think that's neat. I don't know why, but just
no, it is
just
neat.
Makes me kind of feel.
It's sort of it's hey, you know. How can I put this right? It's the idea of, hey, you know, when you're older, you'll get there, you know, and now finally you're here. That's like that point of it that's getting out to, like, the idea of, oh, you know, hey, why do you guys get to go and play in the big pool? Well, because they're older, right? Once you're a bit older, you're a bit stronger, you're a bit faster, you'll be able to get to play in the big pool. And then all of a sudden you're there and you're in the big pool and you go, oh wow, I'm here. And even though obviously it's a little bit scary in the sense that maybe you're a bit deeper. You didn't expect it to be colder. You didn't expect there to be so much, you know, things happening that you didn't expect. It's still cool to finally get to that destination that you've been looking at from the distance.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with all of that. And who knows? Like this third game, it's been going a lot better for them so far. Angus keeping it in the corner. Arrows touch though as well. Like, the ball's not left the corner in a while. Now it leaves the corner, and Angus puts it wide.
And for everything we've been saying here, this game 3, 2 minutes and 20 seconds, it's still one apiece.
It is, and good save from Arrow from behind. That one's not going to go in. Another opportunity from Angus on target. Pig and a Jig makes that save. Another touch up, and it will be Mega Knight keeping it, again, out where it needs to be. Shot, though, from Fluky will hit its mark, and that's
I'm just going to
be
be quiet, Formal. I feel like every single time I point out something from Faith Blue that my caster curse powers are just too strong today.
Yeah, you know, I don't feel it's entirely your fault, is what I'll say in regards to that one. Here we go, though. 2-1 game. Angus, sidewall. Wants the reset, didn't get it, but has enough boost to find a pinch. Oh, Angus, another stylish goal.
Yeah, I love this little finish there. Like, slows it down, brings it through. Well, what is it?
Oh, no, like it was a reset.
Yeah.
He saved the flick until the very end to pinch it off the ground. That is next level,
it's
man.
Nasty, yeah. It's just, hey, look what I can do. You know what I mean? Like, that's literally what it is. Like, look what I can do. And you kind of go like, that's pretty cool. That's really nice.
Angus is just a fun player to watch. It kind of, there's been some like live lands recently in Queensland. Kind of missed seeing them there, unfortunately, but that's okay. As we are going to see Cryptic Error put some shots on target, but it's not going to go in. Fluky wants to rotate back, but won't get too far. Angus sidewall lets it ride. Here comes Fluky. Does he get the read? That's a blue trail.
You know, you're pulling all the stops to stop it, right? That's what this is, right? Like, I mean, ball's up here. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a...
Yeah. As I said, it's a blue trail. It's a... It was a great shot, for the record. Hey, look, and you can do it the other way, too. See? You did the practice one on your own net, and then you nail it going the other way.
Dude, I just want to know, like, do you think, like, Fuki had the, is it Fluky or Fuki?
I always have called him Fluky.
Oh, yeah, I want to say Fluky then, too, as well.
I've called him Fluky for years, and I've never been corrected.
It's like, if Fluky, right, had the presence of mind to look down and go, I bet if I don't touch this ball, it might be an own goal. Do you think they had that presence of mind at that moment?
No, no,
okay.
I do not. I do not. I feel Fluky was honestly trying to avoid the bump and get to the ball as fast as possible and wound up missing it. Oh my gosh, Angus, good save. Pig. But yeah, this is... Look, I've enjoyed the series because, again, Lakers put on a great display. I like seeing Faith get more competitive. come game 3 and have a couple key moments themselves. But realistically, again, if you play the tier game right now, where these two teams sit in their Rocket League journey, one is kind of nearing the end of their high school journey and they are playing at like their peak form, and the other one still in their early stages, still a long way to go. And that's exciting in its own right. But where we are right now, this is going to be a 3-0 win for the Lakers side.
I do like that idea that we get to see that we've been doing this long enough that we've seen this sort of progression, that the players have obviously been improving as time goes on. A new crop, I guess you could say, of teams have started to enter the fray here as well. And as one journey ends, in the specific space, another one is really just beginning. It's actually a really cool outcome.
Yeah, I mean, it's an outcome for sure. I think the Lakers are going to be happy with it. GG's all around. Well done to the Lakers team. They're happy they get to finish the series, and they're going to be moving forward from there. But I'll be curious to see what happens when we get this FaZe team again in the future, how much they're going to be improved. I mean, obviously a long season and a long Rocket League career to go. But Mendrix, that was our final series.
It was. That was pretty much all that we could hope for. I think it's been a bit tumultuous today, Formal. The internet is a fickle thing. But I feel like towards the very end there, we really did we stuck the landing. Let's be honest with that one.
No, we haven't landed yet. We haven't disembarked yet, Mendrix. So let's not. You've been caster cursing so much today. Let's not end it
immediately on that one there. But you know what? Someone who's always been here, someone who always sticks the landing and always is not going to be that tumultuous when it comes to it is, of course, going to be our sponsors.
Yeah, of course. AGON by AOC, the #1 gaming monitor brand in the world. They provide best-in-class monitor solutions for gaming and all other needs. Big shout thank you to them, as well as our noodle partner, Indomie. Made with high-quality flour and selected ingredients and spices, a plate of Indomie McGoring will certainly brighten up your day. Try any one of their flavors available from your local grocer or at indomie.com.au.
Beautiful stuff there, Formal. I think everyone heard you loud and clear. I don't think there's any concerns with that one there coming across. And with that being said, thank you everyone for being with us today. Of course, this is just the midway point here in the competition so far. We still have more games up our sleeves coming to you next week, and I hope to see you there.